This is my history that y'all hide from. The Jews never were enslaved. You wrote yourselves in the history. No, I ain't no conspiracy. Dr. Clark, Dr. John Henry Clark,
Brooklyn Bridge,
told me.
City Hall.
See, I listen to scholars.
Please be careful of the
There's a
gas
white
between the
woman
platform
named
and the train.
Jane Elliott.
Transfer is
She
available
asked the all-white audience, does anybody want to be treated like black
This
people
is
or
an
color?
accessible station.
If you couldn't hear that man in the blue hoodie, he said to the Jewish man seated on the subway, "This is my history that you are hiding. The Jews never were enslaved. You wrote yourselves into history. This is no conspiracy." Aside from that being completely historically inaccurate, it shows a concrete example of how well-known people with big platforms are highly influential and can immediately empower others to spread lies and hate. This incident happened October 12th. The day before, Motherboard, a Vice News tech publication, revealed unseen pieces of Kanye West's interview with Tucker Carlson from earlier in the month, including this bit.
When I say Jew, I mean the 12 lost tribes of Judah, the blood of Christ, who the people known as the race black really are.
You can see the through line to the anti-Semitic Black Hebrew Israelite movement and the Nation of Islam, both of whom believe that members of the mainstream Jewish community are fake Jews who have used trickery and other nefarious tactics to convince the world that they are the legitimate children of Israel and to steal the religious heritage of Black people. And they are part of a global conspiracy to oppress non-Jews. The hatred continued through October. More Kanye interviews surfaced into the next week where he used the Jews control the media trope, saying that the Jewish community, especially in the music industry, they'll take us and milk us till we die. The public response? He was then praised by the Black Hebrew Israelites and the Nation of Islam for spreading their messaging. And on October 22nd, the Goyim Defense League, a neo-Nazi hate group, hung a flag over a busy LA interstate, and many did the Nazi salute. And LA residents are now getting flyers tied to the group blaming Jews for COVID, the LGBTQ+ movement, gun control, and the Atlantic slave trade. Kyrie Irving joined the conspiracy theorists and alluded to an anti-Semitic documentary on Twitter, then claimed his propagation wasn't part of the problem.
I didn't mean to cause any harm. I'm not the one that made the documentary. I cannot be anti-Semitic if I know where I come from.
At the end of October, the city of Jacksonville, Florida, was covered in anti-Semitic hate. Literally.
A disturbing anti-Semitic message projected on the side of Jacksonville's main football stadium, saying, quote, Kanye is right about the Jews. It plays off rapper Kanye West's tweet earlier this month, saying he was, quote, going DEFCON 3 on Jewish people. Videos on social media showed the same message visible on another building in Jacksonville on Saturday night.
Despite the obvious lack of self-accountability from the likes of Kanye and Kyrie, the private sector appeared to be the only voice that spoke out against it. Now, to me, that's not surprising. It's in their best financial interest. But Republican candidates for office and pundits either said nothing or fueled the hate on their own. Tucker Carlson acted like Kanye's going DEFCON on Jews approach was being censored.
His freeform social media posts give the impression of a man channeling his rawest emotions right onto Instagram. The effect can be jarring and is often used as ammunition against him in the battle for influence over the minds of America's young people, and that battle is intense. But crazy? That was not our conclusion. In fact, we've rarely heard a man speak so honestly and so movingly about what he believes.
Governor Ron DeSantis was in Jacksonville at the time of the anti-Semitic hate acts there. It took him 2 days and a proxy to make his denunciation. Herschel Walker and Dr. Oz did nothing. And you know what else I gotta point out? Back to the video. None of those people on the subway stood up to the anti-Semitic man. Look at them. That right there, to me, is a microcosm of American society and politics. Bad divisive actors spread lies about people that they find inconvenient to make themselves feel superior. And no one steps in to denounce them and correct the narrative because they are afraid of backlash or conflict. In the end, the behavior gets enabled, validated, And more bad actors will feel empowered to misbehave at not only the expense of the vulnerable, but everyone. If we aren't collectively fighting hate, incidents will become more deadly. Right-wingers will be able to dodge these incidents as one-offs, as they do, and we will all be responsible. I want to know which stories you care about. So let me know in the comments what I should cover in my next videos. And if you haven't voted yet, find your polling place at vote.org and then go make your voice heard today. In fraught times like this, it's the most important thing you can do. Keep the hope, and I'll see you next time.